We've created a new page in the RNK Software Club just for sharing the Floriani asset files that come with the updates to the software. And you'll notice when you visit the page that currently there are two options. One is for the new Floriani Academy Letters, and the other one is for fonts and shapes that came from build 3561. And you can check back on this page in the future to find new assets that get shared, and you'll learn about them by getting our weekly emails, or perhaps by visiting the Create with RNK blog when we make new assets. But for now, there's two on the page, and you'll notice that one of them says, here's where you download the Academy Letters. Click here, and it says tip, use tools, import designs. And that's because there's two kinds of assets that you'll be receiving. And the other one here says tip, use tools, import assets. So when you get things like fonts and shapes, they'll come as a import assets file. But when you receive sets of embroidery designs like the Academy Letters, they'll say import designs. And so basically, to get started, you're going to click here to go ahead and download the file. They're going to go into your Windows download folder. That's basically going to be determined by what web browser you use. But generally speaking, it's going to save into the Windows folder that says downloads. And so same thing, I'll just click down here to download the one from the fonts and shapes that came from build 3561. So build 3561 was actually the first build that we made when it was possible to share assets. And that's when these were created and shared. So you may have received them in the past, but go ahead and download them now. It will tell you if you already have them. So just go ahead and click here to download them. And once again, notice on the right hand side, my web browser kind of opened up a sort of an area that says downloads. You can see the files that are here that are downloaded, and they say open file. Just know that that's not going to work, and you're not going to use Windows to open a Floriani assets file. Windows basically doesn't know what to do with them, but you can download them, and they'll be in your downloads folder, and that's really all you need to know, because then you're going to you're going to use your Floriani software to install them. So I've opened up the Floriani software, and I simply click on Tools, and down at the bottom is where the options are for import designs or import assets. And so assets are for things like fonts and custom shapes. And when I click on import assets, if I look in my Windows downloads folder, I guess, or wherever you've saved the file, maybe your friend gave it to you on a USB stick, then you're looking wherever you have your asset file. But in this case, we downloaded them, and I know that they're in downloads, and so here they are. And this is the one that says fonts and shapes from build 3561, and so I'll select that and say open. And now it brings a window that shows me all of the options. This is all of the things that were included in that download, that assets of fonts and shapes. So there are 4 fonts in here. And notice that they're highlighted in red. That means I have them already. If they weren't red, then I can check these, but it's simply going to tell me that they already exist. And do I want to give them new names? And you can even click here and give it a new name. If you want to make sure you save it, this can be Cabbage Patch again. And save that. So now I've given it a new name, and I could save that. But the ones that come up red, it means I already have them. Okay, and so, but if you don't have them and they don't come up red, then you can simply say, check all and import them all at one time. But it's going to include 4 fonts, 2 standard patterns, 3 fancy fill patterns. There's 7 motif patterns in here. There's also some custom shapes in here, and some wordplay shapes in here. And so you get a whole bunch of cool stuff, and you simply click on OK to have it imported. and then you'll have new fonts and new custom shapes that you'll find, like, for example, in your custom shape library. That's where you'll go to find all of the shapes. Or, of course, if you use your text tool, then you'll have some new fonts that were installed. The other file was the other kind, and so then you would click on Tools. And so remember, the two kinds are import designs and import assets. And designs is for when you get a set of designs. And the Floriani Academy Letters is a collection of embroidery designs. So you'll click on import designs. And then when you click on the Academy Letters file, you'll choose open. And it pops open a window showing you where it wants to save them. It's going to save them in your Floriani designs. This is like where your library of designs goes, right? Right alongside your fashion patches and everything else. You're just simply meant to say select folder. Now, I already have these designs, so I won't bother to save them again, but you would say select folder, and then you'll notice that the little sort of cursor will become like a spinning wheel or an hourglass that tumbles, and then you'll know it's working to install the designs. And it takes a few moments before it's finished and your cursor goes back to normal. You might notice your designs tab kind of like fly open like that to kind of let you know that it's finished. And at that point, if you browse to your library, you'll notice that in addition to your free monthly designs, that you now have a folder called fonts. And if you click the plus, there's two font sets in there. One of them are called the Academy Fuzzy Letters, and the other ones are the Academy Fuzzy with Puffy Foam outlines. And so if you click on that, then you would, of course, click on designs to see those are the new designs that were just installed into your computer. And so this is the exciting thing is that in the RNK Software Club, we now have a brand new page that is just for your assets. And so you'll find that when you click on your Floriani Control U link, you can visit your assets page. Actually, any Floriani software, whether it be Total Control U or Total Quilter or Sketch a Stitch or Lettering Master or Fusion, even Creative Express, can all access the assets page, and they can all download and install new assets. And so we hope you enjoy the new assets for your Floriani software. Thanks very much for listening, and bye for today.